guys? This is Lloyd again from Beers and Buds podcast. I am doing a quick review show because this weekend we had a big UFC pay-per-view. Huge UFC pay-per-view. I want to touch on a few of the fights. I want to touch on a few of my opinions. I want you guys to let me know your opinions. And if you guys want to come on the show, talk to me about some MMA, please feel free. Let me know. We can get involved. You can come here. We can have some debates. We can talk some shit, And I want to just talk about some of the fights happened this weekend, man. So we had a great, man. It was a great card. I don't really know about top to bottom, to be honest, because I didn't really watch all of it because man has to sleep. But I watched a lot of the highlights after. But some of the fights I did watch. I did watch the free main card. I woke up early Sunday morning, had my phone on airplane mode, made sure nobody spoiled anything for me. It was like watching it live. It's great. I advise you guys, if you want to watch UFC live and you can't sleep, you can't stay up, do that, because when you don't know the results, it's a lot better watching it. I know it's cool to be watching it live and stuff sometimes with your mates, but if not with your mates, just do that, because it's like watching it live, but you're actually awake and you're not just doing that. Right, we're going to talk about the three main fights. I'm going to touch on some other things after. Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert. That was one of the best fights I think I've seen this year. The last fight I remember enjoying that much was probably Gaethje Chandler, which was definitely fight of the year last year. And my God, I didn't expect that to happen. Chimaev came into this fight. He in his first 4 UFC fights, he'd absorbed one significant strike in the whole time, which is fucking incredible. And to come in and to get, I literally thought he was going to steam around Burns. And I mean, I don't need to shit on Burns. Burns is a great competitor. He's fought against some tough level opponents. He's fought against, he dicked Stephen Wonderboy Thompson last time. He's fought, he knocked down Kamaru Usman in the first round in his title fight. He's done some great things in the sport. He's knocked out Damian Maia. He's beat Tyron Woodley. He's fought the who's who of welterweights in the past few years. Gunnar Nelson. But his display, I thought I was really shocked, and he should be really proud of himself for the display. I know he didn't get a decision, and if I was the judge, I would have gave him the decision. But he should be really proud of his display, because he cracked Chimaev, especially in the second or third round. I think in the third round, at one point, he hit him so hard he faced the other way. To see him do that to Khamzat was really, really something. Especially the guy looked undefeatable in his first 4 UFC fights. I mean, you look at damage done. I think Burns won the fight. He had the bigger moments. He didn't stop coming forward. And bearing in mind, he did get dropped a few times, especially with one notable times when Khamzat dropped him with jab. I don't understand how Burns, he can take the uppercuts from hell, but a little jab and he turns into James Vick. But no, it was a fantastic display by him. And fair play to Khamzat too, It was good to see that man face some adversity, because that's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see, look, we knew this guy was good. We knew he could be in the top 15, but is he going to be a challenger? Is he going to challenge for the title? And that's what we needed to know. And look, we found out, that boy's a star. And a lot of people and now, Khamzat isn't the real deal. Oh, Khabib never would have done that. They're different people, man. Shut up. Different weight classes. Do you not want entertainment? I'd rather. I mean, I like seeing people get ragdolled. Don't get me wrong. In one round, but I prefer good fights. The things that stand out to me are dominant performances, big knockouts, and good fights. That's what we're gonna go back and watch on Fight Pass years to come. We're not gonna watch Holloway versus Cater, because Holloway just dicked him. We're not gonna watch Cater versus Chikadze or etc. etc. We're not gonna watch Usman versus Woodley. These are dominant performances, but they're not interesting. Things like Burns versus Chimaev, we're gonna go back and watch. So for all them man are now thinking, Chimaev's not gonna beat Usman, he's a wash guy being Kobe, just shut up, man, because you don't know. How do you know? That's just my 2-piece on the thing. I'm looking at the clock now, so I've got to speed this up. So we're going to move on to the co-main event of the night, which was the bantamweight title, Aljamain Sterling versus Petr Yan. And there was a lot of bad blood coming into this, Last time out, Aljamain Sterling became the first ever Jamaican UFC champion because he, due to a disqualification from an illegal knee, which you can say what you want about that. It doesn't really matter at this point. I do think, I think he was in his right to not get up if he was hurt, because it's a legal knee. And Yeah, man. I mean, the fight was great. I thought on first watch, I thought it was a draw. I gave I gave Yan round one. I gave Aljamain a 10-8 in the second round, which a lot of people, you can come for me, MMA Twitter, I don't care. I thought that could be a bit controversial, but you look at the control time he had, he was on his back most of the time. It worked out that way. Like, and then I gave I gave Aljamain number 3, I gave Yan 4-5. And I went back and watched the round number 1. That's razor close. You could give it to either or, but I'm really excited to see, like, it was a great fight. I had money on Sterling. I don't know why after the first fight, but I had a really good feeling he'd win. And, made a few quid, not a lot, but especially because he was a heavy underdog. But yeah, I was really shocked by his performance, especially when he got Yan down to the ground. He really took control. He stayed there. And I mean, Yan did a great job at, fighting the hands, not getting submitted, not giving up position, not giving up his neck, especially in those positions. Because you could be in that, it must be like, as someone who did wrestling once, I was in that position for about 25 seconds, just hand fighting. And I was like, fuck this. I'm just getting submitted because this is fucking long, bruv. And to do that, stay on your back and then come and win the last 2 rounds really is something, So fair play to Yan. And I'd love to see, I mean, for the bantamweight title, my opinion, you gotta give Jose Aldo the chance, man. It's his chance to become a double weight division champion, which he should have done back in the day. He should have fought Frankie Edgar back in the day and become a double weight division champion. It never happened. Jose Aldo has a chance to really cement himself as one of the greatest of all time, which I still think he is. I don't think we've seen a better featherweight have a better run than him. But yeah, I think that's the fight to make. I'd love to see Yan maybe fight Dillashaw. Maybe do Dillashaw Aldo for the title shot. Maybe a Marab would be interesting, especially seeing how Aljamain just wrestled him. But yeah, that would be my pick. I do agree with the decision. I'm not mad at the decision there. Yeah, I'm not mad at it now going back and watching round 1. But I did think it was a draw at the time. But I could totally see how you give Aljamain round 1. But talk about greatest featherweights. I'll just talk about Jose Aldo. And we'll talk about a man who's really going to make a name for himself in this division. It's Alexander, the Great, Volkanovski. And my God, what a performance he put on from all 3 rounds. My God, Zombie did not look like... And I love Zombie. I think he's one of my... Like, I look at his fight against Yair Rodriguez. I've watched that, I think, 2 or 3 times at this point. Like, that fight alone is one of my reason he's one of my favorite fighters. His walkout when he comes out, Zombie, like everything about Zombie I love, but I didn't really give him much hope into this fight, and he didn't really have much hope. I mean, Alexander Volkanovski's reactions and speed were like something you've never seen before. Like, it was like he knew everything that Zombie was about to throw before he did it, and it was incredible to watch. And nah, man, that little Aussie, yeah, he's got something. That little Aussie's got something, It's like he's hit lightning in a bottle because he looked fantastic. Like, every fight I see him, he looks better and better. And I just can't wait to see him fight again. As I said, his reactions. There's one exchange where he hits Zombie on the first minutes and he smiles, and it's like he knows how easy it's going to be. And people don't do that to Zombie. I know Brian Ortega did that to Zombie, but Zombie, you can't get rid of him like that. Like, it was incredible to see what he did. And yeah, man, I'm excited to see what happens to him. Hopefully he'll fight Max Holloway next. Maybe make a bit of a run for himself. Maybe challenge Aldo for that greatest featherweight of all time. But yeah, we'll have to see, man. But no, it was a fantastic night of fights, man. And yeah, this is a little summary I did. I hope you guys enjoyed. As I said before, like, subscribe, and peace.